Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Shrine. Gotta hit you guys with another video. Listen, guys, I do plan on making more videos more frequently. It's just that I want to pride myself on making quality videos, and whether I'm sitting down and creating like visual aids, or just really sitting down trying to organize a proper approach to your investment strategies or just investment suggestions. I just want to make sure I come to the table with something I could be proud of. You know what I'm saying? And I've been looking back on my previous videos, and I have been putting out some quality content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually enjoying my own videos right now. So that's a good thing. All right, guys. So let's get started, man. Watch out for the FUD missile, guys. Listen, man. There's a project out right now. They're trying to really push themselves out. You know what I'm saying? And a part of me is sympathetic and I kind of understand that feeling of want to put out, but you have to look at the big picture of certain things, okay? When it comes down to pushing out your project, right? You want to have a sense of prestige, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at the patterns of successful projects, successful companies, people that somehow made a stamp in whatever industry you're talking about, right? Like take Apple for example, right? You don't see Apple overtly jumping at anybody who purchases an LG phone or anybody who purchases an Android phone. You don't see Apple running into anybody who supports it and trying to say, hey, get an iPhone, get an iPhone, get an iPhone, right? Apple, they do their own thing and they're sure about their product so much that they don't have to make an overt attempt to destroy their competition. They just come out with their product. If your product is better, people are going to know about it. But so what I'm noticing is that I'm watching some YouTube videos and the same pattern that I've seen happen in my videos is taking place in other YouTube videos. It's like we cannot cover a BUSD crops farmer video without everybody jumping into the chat talking about mountain miner finance, mountain miner finance. All right, mountain miner is better. They keep saying mountain miner is better than BUSD crops farmer, right? And the reason why they're saying that mountain miner is better than BUSD cross farmer is because of contracts. So they're leading their campaign by trying to destroy BUSD crops farmers, right? And they're trying to attack the reputation of the dev or the intentions of the dev. Because let's be honest, the reputation of the dev in the BUSD cross farmer is flawless. He has a great reputation. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to create a fear-mongering tactic to get investors to stop investing into the BUSD crops farmer to jump into their project, right? And they're saying that there are open sources and there are certain variables in the contract code that could be exploited, that at any moment the crops farmer devs can rug everybody, right? So, but here's the thing. They're saying that they can rug everybody, but they're promoting it as if they know for certain that they are going to rug. And at first, it raised curiosity, right? I've been rugged before, guys. I've been in projects that's messed up. But in the time that I've been doing DeFi, I know one thing for certain that stands very strong. The devs is everything, bro. When I say the dev, I'm talking about the reputation of the dev. I'm gonna give you guys an example of a dev that had a bad reputation, and when he finally came out with a good product, it's an uphill battle from then. Brian Legend, he came out with Seifu. He came out with Seifu. Seifu's pretty good in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I knew from the first video of people attacking his past projects and people saying stuff about that he potentially rugged or he had rugged before or he had products that went down to zero before. I knew, even though I tried to look at Seifu as a separate product, I knew that it was going to be an uphill battle. And I took my profits from Seifu. And I was correct for doing that because look at the track record. Look what happened to Seifu. It went down in price. But there's people who made money in Seifu. I'll say to this day, Seifu isn't really a bad product necessarily. It's just that the reputation of the dev, it destroyed it. Okay? Let's talk about Forex Shark. Forex Shark got a great reputation, right? He came out with great products. Like, you know, he really put his stamp in the DeFi space. Anybody who's into the Binance side of DeFi should know who Forex Shark is, right? And if you don't, go research who Forex Shark is, right? He comes out with Drip. Now, Drip is great, right? But if it's just about the token, if it's just about code and stuff like that, or whatever it is that you guys want to bank on, fundamentally, there are products that are like Drip that's technically better than Drip. But then again, technically not. And the reason why, okay, technically on paper, on numbers, you can earn more from investing into other products, right? There's products that's doing 2% a day. There's products that's now trying to do 3% a day. So you would think, hey, if they're offering more, it's a better product. It's the same exact thing like Drip is the better product. And this is where you would be mistaken, because you don't know the reputation of those devs. You don't know, what kind of person you're dealing with. But when we're investing in Drip and we're settling for a 1% when we could be making 3% on a product that's trying to copy it, right? We're settling for, we're doing that settlement because we know that we're putting our money into a trusted developer. And that's what's very important. The cross-former developers, go ahead and do your research. They never rugged. Now, what do I got to say about the open source codes, about the code and how they could potentially rug? What do I have to say about this? Guys, I'm capable of independent thought. You guys don't have to follow my way of thinking, but since I have a YouTube channel, I can address my way of thinking, and this is how I view it. I don't view this as a guilty thing at all. I view this as this. When the BUSD cross-former came out, Baked Beans had the crown. Everybody was screaming, was Hail King Baked Beans, because Baked Beans did a great thing, right? Baked Beans created a product, and they pushed out a strategy called the 6-1 strategy. And they told people, if you don't follow the 6-1 strategy here, your percentage daily is going to drop, so you might as well follow it, right? They gave you that fear, like if you don't follow 6-1, what you'll be able to extract is going to drop. So some people followed it. Some people found a way around it. Some people said, forget that, I'm still going to drain, right? So the crops-former project, it put the 6-1 strategy as a mandatory thing. You have to mandatorily do the 6-1 strategy. But they still coming after the shadow of something as great as Baked Beans. Baked Beans technically is probably the most successful miner yet, right? When it comes to TVL, Baked Beans had the most amount of TVL into their system. So technically, Baked Beans is still, by reputation, the best miner if you go by record, okay? What these guys did here is that they fixed the flaw in something like Baked Beans, which now gives them the torch of a first mover advantage, right? So with the first mover advantage, what do you think you're gonna have, right? We saw everybody was forking Baked Beans. There was 1 million forks that came out for Baked Beans, right? And you would say BUSD cross-former is a fork of Baked Beans, correct? So that means if they're the first one to release the mandatory compound, it is smart for them to leave a backdoor to be able to make adjustments to the code. Granted that our developer is a trusted developer with successful projects that did not rug pull. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, okay, if I'm gonna come out first, I know people are gonna follow me. We need to leave certain aspects of our code to be adjustable to keep up with the future competition, because we're coming out first. We don't know how successful we're going to be. We don't know what our roadblocks are going to be. Look at Baked Bean. Baked Bean had like a closed source code that could not be changed, immutable, right? So when the competition came out, it was hard for Baked Beans to truly adjust, right? Because there was nothing that they could have really done. The code was already locked. So when people was copying it and they created a little spins, a little twists, and their little innovations, it was just downhill from there. So what did the devs of Baked Beans did? They went and created toasted AVAX. But look how they did the toasted AVAX. They snuck the launch to allow their whales to purchase first. And then they came out and said, okay, this is our product. But because they did it that way, they destroyed their reputation. And that's why, that team is going to have an uphill battle in the future, because they destroyed their reputation. Right now, we're dealing with a dev that has a trusted reputation. And honestly, I'd rather put my money there, even with the code having the ability to be manipulated. I'm fine with that. I would take that with a dev that I trust any day. And so far, I trust the dev. What have they done? Ask yourself this question. The code is adjustable. They can rug pull on this anytime, right? What have they done? They use their ability to adjust the code to help the community, guys. Do you guys remember just 2 weeks and a half ago how crazy the inflation was and how people was going crazy because of the inflation? Have you checked on the inflation today? Right? When you hit the compound button, is your account not going up during this bear market while you have a stable coin? You know, they still create new products. They created the yield farm. These are the things you got to take. You have to look at the actions, you know, so you can go ahead and fall for the what if, but what if has not happened yet. And therefore, I'm still extremely bullish on this project. All right. Now, that's just my personal opinion. You do not have to follow my opinions. You could come up with your own opinions. But I just can't find myself supporting a project that's coming up that their main way to market is to attack another product. That's to show insecurity. And I challenge those people who want to FUD, who want to create FUD for the crops farmer, who wants to pump their mountain miner bags up. I challenge you. Put your money where your mouth is. If mountain miner is so much better than the crops farmer project, keep putting more money into it. That's the best way to get more people to jump into it anyway. When you're jumping into people's YouTubes, you're making people look at it like, all right, man, I'm staying away from this product. You built a negative reputation for a good product without you even realizing it. You guys look desperate. It's not a good look. If mountain miner is better, put your money where your mouth is and keep investing, keep building your portfolio in the mountain miner. People are going to naturally jump into it. All right. So that's my advice on that one. Damn, my video is already 12 minutes long. All right. Now moving on, guys. Like, this is going to be a long one. Guys, please hit the like button. I had to try my best to articulate this. I wish I could have made that part shorter, but I couldn't, man. So moving on, guys. So, you know, in my previous video, I gave you guys a concept on the cash flow plus strategy. So I decided to just really summarize it into one page, okay? So I know you guys are looking at this right now. I already shared this on the Telegram, but if you did not catch what I shared on the Telegram and you're watching this video, this is it right here. So you guys already know about the cash flow strategy at this point if you're watching this. So like I said, it starts off with a small deposit a day, all right? Now, I say a day, but it don't have to be a day, guys. Like, this could be switched. It could be a larger deposit, but 1 day a week, right? I'm doing small deposits a day. In fact, I'm actually doing $50 a day, but I don't want you guys to believe that because I'm doing $50 a day that you got to do $50 a day too. No, you couldn't do something as small as $10 a day. It could be $20 a day. It's all in what fits into your budget, okay, guys? As long as you're making an additional progress, just remember those compound bonuses is going to be added to the next time you compound of whatever money that you put in, okay? So I'm doing $50 a day. I'm putting it into the BUSD cross farmer for 5 days a week, okay, guys? Compound 5 days a week, all right? I'm going to do the harvest for 48-hour method. So I'm taking 2 days worth of profit, okay? I'm going to split this in half because I don't want to just keep putting money in and not find a nice way to take money out, right? So at this point, every week, I'm not going to be taking profit, right? So I'm going to split it in half. Half of it, I'm putting into my pockets. The other half is going to go over here, and I'm going to create a new yield farm stake every time, right? So at the rate of my account, I'll be able to have basically $200. That means $100 going to my pocket. Then I'll have $100 to create a stake. Now, at first, what I wanted to do is I wanted to create 2 stakes for the 200 day, right? But I changed my mind. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create one $50 stakes for 200 days, and I'm going to create one $50 stake for the 40 day. All right? So not only am I taking profit, I'm also allowing a quicker payout, and then I'm also playing the long-term game for the future when I get the 400% ROI, okay? My plan is to create more stakes than to put a large amount of capital into just one stake. I'm gonna have, by the time I reach my first 200 days, I'm gonna have so many stakes. Ladder stake by creating a new stake every week. Repeat this until you reach your first 200 days. All right. Every part of this cycle could be interchangeable. Okay, guys. You can change and choose whatever you want to add in during the day for this. Okay. It don't have to be within the BUSD crops farmer. You can use Mountain Miner and do this, guys. You Mountain Miner dudes. You could do this with Mountain Miner if you wanted to. But I know you guys won't because you're just waiting for new people to jump in so you could dump the market on them. And nobody's falling for it. Anyway, next. You compound for 5 days a week. Harvest using the 48-hour method right here. Okay, guys? You split it. You take your profit, create you a stake. You ladder stake it. What happened when you ladder stake? Why should we ladder stake? In fact, let me show you the benefits of this, guys. The benefits of this is this. You'll be increasing your exposure to the miner. Even if the TVL is to decrease, you will simply be taking steps forward to the front of the line when it's time to take profit, right? Because it's like basically your position in the in the TVL, what you see in your total, it just shows how much weight that you hold in the contract. It just shows how much you're able to extract totally over the complete lifespan of this of the miner. So when you add new capital, you're actually stepping forward. You know what I'm saying? In line when it comes to the amount that you'll be able to take out. Okay. Number two, this allows you the benefit of the delayed gratification approach while simultaneously taking profit along the way. That's why I split it. That's why I recommend the 48-hour method, and you split it in half because you get to still create a new game for yourself while you put money in your pocket. So it won't. This is something that's extremely feasible, and it won't feel like you're just draining yourself. All right. Number three, after you have reached your 200-day mark, you would have created a weekly paycheck system that can continue the cycle on its own. All you gotta do, you cross that benchmark of the 200 days, and then basically every week after that, you'll be getting your 400% ROI. So that way, like, you will continually be playing the game, and you will always be making money. All right. Number four, by adding additional capital to the system as frequently as you can, you have access to creating more enormous stakes every week. So if I start off by doing $50 stakes of both kind every week, as time progresses, let's say by next month to come, I'll be able to make probably like $100 stakes. It might even go up to I'm able to make $200 stakes. All right. So my strategy, it literally allows you to play every angle that you can make profit. You'll be making profit in all the angles. You'll be making profit along the way, still playing the long-term game while building your bag up. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this is amazing, man. For me, it's working already, but we just started. You know what I'm saying? So I only have one stake right now. I'm still doing my compounds on the one stake I have. But this weekend coming up, I'm going to create 2 more stakes and so on and so forth. You don't have to take my strategy. I came up with this because I look at this as full circle. Now, there's probably other strategies and other methods depending on how much you trust the project, how much you don't. Remember, every stake, every time people take profit on this, it's going to be a 10% tax for sustainability. And it's like, I can't think of a better place to make capital gains in this bear market. We're making gains in a bear market utilizing a stable coin. And it's static. What it says you're gonna get is what exactly you're gonna get. So I'm hype about this. I'm excited. Anything can happen along the way, but I foresee this community, this ecosystem. This ecosystem is going to definitely put its flag. People are going to remember this right here, and who knows what they got in the future coming up. But to me, this is all we need, man. Guys, cash flow strategy is to me the best philosophy to have. It changes, it re-evolutionizes DeFi. It put the trust in your progress within your own hands. Stop with the old way of thinking. Like projects are not successful if you're just relying on new people to come in. You're just being a predator. Change it. Change that mindset. It is better for you to be in control of your own success, okay? So whether you gotta make $20 a day, whatever the case may be, strategize your investment if you trust in the product. All right. This video is a little bit longer, but I had to make it, guys. I'm here to give you quality. I don't know that many other YouTubers that's providing this much quality of info, because I'm not just sitting down reading white papers. I'm reading the white paper, I'm interpreting what's written on the white paper, and I'm creating actual formulas based what's on the white paper. So I'm doing an extra step, guys. I'm not just here like trying to grift you. All right, you mountain miner dudes, put your money where your mouth is, man. Build up your TVL, and I will match you. I'm invested in mountain